Is this time of the year hard for you? Do you have depression? Are you sad around the holidays? Is it because you lost a loved one and you're still mourning them? So you have a hard time getting into the holiday spirit? I know that 24 years later, I do. And I found that in the past, I just kind of ignored everything that's going on around me, or I just kind of go through the motions of the holidays. And now I've begun to try to accept my loss, accept my grief, accept the tragedy that happened in my life. In 2000, December 19th, my 8-year-old son passed away in a tragic accident at home, and I had to still try to celebrate Christmas, although it was 6 days before Christmas. Everybody expected me to still be happy and joyful and enjoy the holiday. Well, we ended up going to my sister's fiance's house, and his parents were there, and everybody's all happy and trying to enjoy Christmas. I sat on a chair, silent, just crying. It's been December, will be 24 years, and I still hate it. Not gonna lie. I've tried to start a new tradition with David to put the past behind us for both of us, because I never celebrated Christmas or many holidays. I'd go through the motions of, I'll make dinner and, Christmas dinner, and we'll do this, and I just, over the years, have just gone through the motions, and I don't anymore. I would just pretend like I'm having a good time, or I would just sit there on the sofa, and this is over the last 24 years. Um, why don't I cough before I start? I don't know. Like I said, I think I had dry throat. But anyway, I would just sit on a chair or sit on a couch, quiet, and just sit there and watch them decorate the Christmas tree, watch them put Christmas lights, watch them, watch whatever was going on. And I wouldn't really participate because I really didn't give a shit. And now I'm trying to change my attitude to not so much I give a shit, but I'm really trying to participate. And David and I started last year. In my last video, I discussed that. But if you do have depression during the holidays, how do you deal with it? Do you drink? Do you do drugs? Do you isolate? Do you just let your feelings out and cry? I know that if I feel like letting my feelings out, I go in a separate room by myself and I decompress and let those feelings out, wipe my tears, join everybody else, and pretend like nothing's wrong. I don't think that's right, but yet in today's society, holidays are such a big deal. Like I always say, they're like your Hallmark holidays, and it's not about family anymore. It's not about happiness anymore. It's not about being together anymore. It's all about, buying stuff for people. It's all about, money. It's like that. I can't think of the name of it because I'm kind of doing this video on spur of the moment, and that's how usually mine are. But um, I like doing it that way, except when I get hair in my mouth. Um, it's a money thing. How much money can I spend on this child? Buy him the PS5 because it's the most expensive. Buy him, the special controllers because they're expensive. Buy the kids the most expensive thing that you can get them because that's going to spoil them. That's going to make them love you, and you're just going to be the best mom, aunt, sister. Well, yeah, if you're older, I suppose. If you're an older sister and you have a younger sibling. I am not understanding this. Yeah, it is that time of the year for me. But not only because of the holidays, it's because I'm bipolar. It's because I have borderline. Because I have PTSD. Because I have mental issues that cause me to have feelings other than what other people have. So they have expectations of me. And fuck them. How about that? If I want to sleep through Christmas, that would be the best. But because my children are estranged, they're adults, I don't have to put on a show for them anymore. I really don't have to put on a show for anybody anymore. I can be myself. I can cry in the shower. It's the best place to do it. I don't have to please anybody. I don't have to prove anything to anybody because everybody knows. But that first year, 6 days before Christmas, and, oh yeah, let's go over, go over by my sister and her, her boyfriend's parents are there. And I'm just sitting there, a ball of shit, crying. And, it's like, I felt like such an alien. I felt like I shouldn't feel that way. Like they expected me to just be in a good mood and joyful and happy. And, and like I said, it's almost 24 years. That doesn't matter. There are certain losses you never get over, ever. Say you're a child and you lose one of your parents. Shit, I was an adult and I lost my dad. That pain doesn't go away. It doesn't dissolve. It, for me, lightens, but it's still there. It never goes away. I still post pictures of him for his birthday and Christmas on Facebook. I still, think about him on his birthday. Of course. I mean, he was 8 years old, and for me to have to deal with that is why I have PTSD. And that will never go away. And that, all there is therapy. And, all the therapy in the world won't make that go away, ever. There are just traumas in your life nothing will make or can make. Nothing can make that go away. But the topic that I was talking about, and the topic that this video was about, was depression and how you handle the depression of the holidays, how you handle the depression of the holidays when you have to go to Christmas parties, Thanksgiving, New Year's. I know I did all those backwards, but because I don't care. Um, those are just like my birthday's the end of January. So what? Um, I never want anything because that's how I am. Well, I still tease David though. Is can we get a new puppy? If I find a puppy just like Polly, Polly is like 2 or 3 pounds. She's maybe 4 pounds now, but she's the cutest little monster. She's a miniature beagle, miniature poodle mix, and she is just, oh my god, she's got the cutest face. And she's about 5 months old now, I think. And if I could find one similar to her, I mean, she's just so cute. So I tease him. Oh, if I can find one like Polly, can I get her? You know? And he's like, we've tried 5 dogs, don't you remember? And I'm like, yeah, it was hell. Um, but the cat thing, I used to love cats, and I still do. We have 3 cats, but because of the dogs, they pretty much stay hiding. Not like hiding under furniture. My aunt had 2 cats like that. They hid under the bed constantly. But our cats, they have their food litter and cat tree out in the back. It's called a 3-season porch. We have one in the front and one in the back, and that's where they spend their time usually, is back there. And cats sleep, they say, 21 hours a day, so they're not missing anything. But when they wake up and they want love, there's a lot of meowing going on, and it's like, shut up. I know that sounds mean, but it's like, my one, she just meows so much, and it's like, what do you want, you know? And then when I sit down on my recliner, they all have to come and pester me. And my all black one, Sheba, she likes to claw. So, you know, that kneading thing. She does that. Why is my heater not going up? Maybe because I was going minus instead of plus. I don't know, I'm stupid. But, yeah, they want attention then. Then we have the bearded dragons, and I give them attention in the morning when I feed them, or you know, later on. Yeah, I hold them, and they could use a bath. But the depression keeps me from doing a lot of things that I want and should do. You know, it's like I should give my bearded dragons a bath, but I don't because of the depression. Actually, my days and nights were mixed up, and I went to bed last night, and I actually slept till like 9:30 this morning, and I went to bed earlier last night because my doctor told me to switch some of my meds around. I'm fucking sick of this heater. But she told me to switch some of my medications around. The ones that wire me during the day, she said, oh no, the ones that wire me at night, where I was staying up, you know, 2-3 days straight and not sleeping. She said switch those with another one and see if that helps. And I did that. And I did this video at this time on purpose because I'm sitting in my chair and it's 8 o'clock, 8:30, and I was falling asleep. So maybe her idea of switching the medication around actually is working because I was already dozing off. But we had a big day today. What did we do? Well, I know we went to Walmart, but what the hell did we do before that? Oh my god, I totally spaced it. Because we had to go. What the hell did we do? Wow. I don't know, we did something, and then afterwards we went to Walmart. But I, for the life of me, can't remember what we did before that. That is so strange. Because, like, in the truck when we're driving, I'll fall asleep. It's not unusual. But we ended up going to Walmart because I found I had gotten some avocados. And, I'm like, oh, I'll make guacamole. So, we went to Walmart, and it's so funny. This is how I cook. Um, I Googled guacamole recipe, and it told me all that. I jumped to recipe is what you can do. That nest is going. I jumped to recipe. I copied all the ingredients and the amounts, and I'm like, well, 3 avocados isn't very much. Let's double the recipe. So I doubled the recipe, and in the restaurants it's more chunky, probably because they do it by hand. Well, I used my little chopper, and it's like it said this, whatever, and it's a little more. It's not chunky like in the restaurants. It's a little more fine. But then you put it with sour cream and chips. Oh my god, it turned out so good. I even took a picture of it and posted it to Facebook, and I do that every now and then when I make something really good. And then I go, I'm a foodie now. And then David goes, oh god, I'm not. I cook so much, and very rarely do I post it. Because, like, you make scrambled eggs, and there's certain things, that it just looks like scrambled eggs. And, like, the guacamole looks like puke. Just saying. But, it turned out so good. All I can taste is onions, though, because it said yellow onions, and instead I put sweet onions. And I don't know the difference. And it said, small onion. Well, I used a a medium, let's put it that way, a medium onion. So, but it turned out super good. I can do without the chips because they get stuck in my throat. I have a throat condition that's precancerous, so I've already had to have it widened. So I have to chew my food really good, or because it's narrow again, and chips are not my friends. Maybe that's why I cough. But then I'm gonna drink. I have iced coffee. I see other people on YouTube drink, so what the fuck? Why can't I? I'd smoke too, but I don't want to be that bad of an influence. Even though I'm marketing that for children. So anyway, yeah, the reason that I go topic to topic the way I do is because, and I found this out, is because of the borderline personality disorder. Because I jump from topic to topic. And the thing is David and I were talking about it last night. How are you supposed to transition from topic to topic? And he tried to do it as well, and he couldn't do it either. Because I said, you start out with snow and talk about your dog. If you watch my last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. But, then you talk about your dog and then your cat, and then, it snowed more. So you had to go out, and then you're back to the snow. Well, how do you get from, and if you can tell me this, I'd be grateful. But in reality, how do you transition, is what I call it, from topic to topic? Say you want to talk about your car. Well, then, after you would talk about your car, You want to talk about your garden, and then you want to talk about your grandchild. You know, how do you transition in between, um, in between topics? You have to have a transition, and that's the way it goes. And he thinks it's because I do it really fast. Because I do, and whatever. What the hell is back there? Something's moving. I hope that's not. That's probably the wind. That's how we got air conditioning all the time, except when it's hot. I thought maybe it's one of the cats. They like to sleep up here because it's quiet. But yeah, that was something that we talked about. The depression. What is there to talk about when it comes? Well, like I always say, I have 3 types. I have bipolar, borderline personality, and then regular depression, seasonal depression, sorry. So how does one, I mean, I'm sure PTSD, sure there's some depression in there too, but how do you cope with that? You know, it's, how do you cope with that? I guess you just ride it out. Sure, you could drink. Alcohol is a depressant, so that's not going to help. It's going to temporarily until you crash. Drugs. And when I say drugs, I'm not talking about meth or fentanyl or heroin or, cocaine. Or I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about weed. And the reason I can talk about that is because it's legal down here. I know I still can talk about it all I want, but it's legal down here. The gummies are fun though. Yeah, I get the gummies with the THC. I took 2 once, and it's pretty overwhelming. So then the last time I took 1, and I videotaped. I made a video. David said he couldn't even tell. I'm like, well, that was useless then. I should take 2. It's just, recreational drugs. But you'll notice, or maybe it's just me, but you'll notice at family functions, holiday family functions, it's liquor, liquor, liquor. Everybody's drinking. Everybody's got to have a drink. And it's like, I don't miss that. Sorry, as usual. I would go to family functions of all sorts, and I wouldn't drink because I wasn't much of a drinker until I was separated, and I was separated for a year and a half, and that's all I would do is drink because there was nothing better to do. And I met David, and then I didn't drink at all. We go out to eat, and I'd have a margarita, and there were a few times that I overdid it, and him and I almost split up because I would do things that would piss him off, and when you're under the influence, sometimes you don't have a clue. You don't have a clue about your behavior and your bad behavior. So I'd behave badly, and he'd get upset with me, and we almost split up a couple times. And like I said, you don't know because you're an idiot. No, because you're under the influence, and when you're under the influence, you don't realize what you're doing, and you do stupid things. And yeah, so I'd like to know if you could tell me how you deal with depression around the holidays. Is there anything special you do? Is there anything you do to take that depression and tuck it away like I do? And I'm falling asleep. It's ridiculous. I used to be able to be up all night, and maybe the medication is working the way we want it to. So I gotta start Christmas shopping. I used to start in October. I mean, it was crazy. And now I don't want to start at all because I don't know what to get. I mean, it's one of those things that I don't want to spend money because things are just more expensive down here. So I'm gonna go because I am freaking falling asleep. It's ridiculous. I never. Oh, I used to, but that was before. So you have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow night. And you take care. I gotta find the stop button because the pause button doesn't work. I don't know why. It's weird.